Hey guys, this is my first Jujutsu Kaisen video, and I'm excited to talk about Gojo's abilities because they're awesome. So first, let's just go over the stuff we know about in the anime, and I'll go into manga spoiler stuff afterwards. So Gojo's curse technique is called Limitless, and I suppose a simplified way of putting this is that he can manipulate space. Akutami, the creator of this series, I guess is like a big fan of math, and a lot of the times he gets like superfluous and overly complex with like the explanation of these curse techniques, but I'm not going to be going that deep. I'm not going to be breaking down calculus. I'm just going to be talking about this in simplified terms, such as Limitless giving Gojo the ability to manipulate space. And as we saw when he went against Gojo, this means that you essentially can't touch him, or he can just stop things around him. Or as he literally says, I'm not stopping you, it's more like you're slowing down the closer you get. Again, this goes back to math stuff, a convergence of infinite series. And also, I guess this gives Gojo the ability to fly. I mean, we see him flying. So I guess it's implied that this is just like an advanced usage of Limitless, like Gojo is manipulating the space around him so he can just fly and move through it however he wants. Hey, Shonen from the future here. Aside from using his space manipulation to fly, Gojo can also straight up teleport too, so yeah. And as we've also seen in his fight with Jogo, he has super speed, super reflexes, and super strength as well. And I suppose that the entirety of these aspects of Gojo aren't necessarily exclusively tied to his massive amounts of curse energy that he has. In this series, you can just be born with superhuman traits outside of, cursed energy stuff, as we've seen with Itadori. And also in his fight with Jogo, we saw Gojo's domain expansion, which is the unlimited void. So he's basically creating a space inside the Limitless. And when you're inside of this Limitless space, Gojo says that perception, communication, the actions you take in life are forced upon you indefinitely. And when Jogo is experiencing this, he says, I can't see anything. I can't feel anything. No, I can see everything. I can feel everything. The information has no end. And then finally Gojo says, ironic, isn't it? Given everything but unable to do anything, dying slowly. It's a little confusing when it's stated that way, but I kind of liken this to like being trapped in a genjutsu in Naruto. I also think it's kind of like what Gold Experience Requiem could do in JoJo Part 5. So now at this point, we're going to be going into manga spoiler so I can just further explain the rest of Gojo's abilities, or at least what we've seen so far. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen past season 1 of the anime, you can check out now. So continuing the feats that we've seen from Gojo going against Jogo, the other thing that he does is curse technique reversal red. So Gojo describes this as the positive energy born from reverse curse technique flows into the Limitless curse technique carved into yourself. And when he does this, it creates like this massive repelling force, almost like a localized explosion in a way, and it repels you. But to further explain this, let's backtrack a little bit. So he says the positive energy born from reverse curse technique. Gojo's referring to the ability to multiply negative cursed energy with negative cursed energy. And by doing this, he creates positive cursed energy. Again, going back to math, 2 negatives make a positive. And I guess you could just equate negative cursed energy to just being like the standard cursed energy that you see typically everyone use in the series. And that's just because cursed energy is born from negativity. Oh, and another cool ability that Gojo gains from multiplying negative energy with itself is the ability to just regenerate. So yeah, just add another thing to make Gojo even more overpowered than he already is. So if red was the positive manipulation of Limitless, blue is the negative manipulation of Limitless, I suppose. Because his blue technique is pretty much the opposite of red. We established that red is like a repelling force. Blue is like an attracting force. He creates like a vacuum almost with his hand, like a little, I guess like black hole almost. And it just has like this super powerful suction power. We also see him use like the maximum version of blue, where I guess it just becomes like a stronger version of itself. But I guess he's also able to move it around as well because it's not always fixed to his hand in this state. So now that we've established Limitless, red, and blue, let's just do a recap real quick. So Limitless is his neutral ability. It's the power to stop things. Then we have blue, which is the strengthened Limitless ability, feeding the negative energy into it. That's the power to attract things. And then we have red, which is the reverse curse technique, feeding positive energy into it, which is the power to repel. So yeah, that's just Gojo in a nutshell right there. But there's one more crazy thing he can do, because he can combine red and blue and create purple. So I guess a simple way of putting this is that purple is like just erasing erasing something. Think about like Photoshop when you get the eraser tool and you just erase like something from an image. He's kind of doing that in reality. It's almost like he's firing like this invisible beam or something that's just, you know, erasing everything in its path. So yeah, as you guessed, it's pretty much unblockable, almost like unbeatable in a way. This thing is ridiculous. And then the last thing I want to touch on is Gojo's other curse technique, which is called the 6 eyes. So yeah, Gojo's like a genetic anomaly. He has like 2 curse techniques, the Limitless and the 6 eyes. He's like the first to have this in like 100 years or something. And the 6 eyes undoubtedly amplifies his ability to use Limitless. So basically what we know so far about 6 eyes is that he can use them to see where cursed energy is located, and it also has the power to see cursed techniques. There could be more to this, but it hasn't been like fully fleshed out yet. But yeah, those are Gojo's abilities, or at least the significant ones. Let me know what you think about Gojo in the comments. If you liked the video, guys, please give it a like, and please subscribe as well. I'm gonna start doing Jujutsu Kaisen chapter reviews and breakdowns starting Sunday. So if you're interested in that, please give me a subscribe, and have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.